Hello everybody, welcome back to Alderley Edge, welcome back to Cheshire East on a crisp, almost autumnal morning here. What's going on in your world, everybody? Let me know in the comment section below. I've decided to come on a little walk and talk with you guys. I want to be speaking about the Norwich game tonight. I want to be speaking about the game week. If you want to check out a full game week review, go and check out my second channel. Link will be in the description below, everybody. I've done a full game week review on last night, which is part 1 of 2, which obviously will follow tonight. Come out for a little bit of a walk. It's a beautiful, beautiful drop there. In Alderley Edge here, as I say, Cheshire East. Which way should we make our way up? I tell you what, we'll go up this way. In fact, no, we'll go down this way. You always try to do with this, because people see you with the phone in the hand. They always just try, they look at you, for an extra 5, 6, 7 seconds, and you do look like a bit of an oddball. So I'm making my way down where there's no humans. Isolated, Connor. This is where I get chopped off, and it's where a bear gets me. There are bears in the UK, Connor? Probably not. Wolves? No wolves in the UK either, Connor. Foxes? How about that? Anyway, Norwich. To be honest, I sound arrogant. I'm not expecting much from Norwich. I watched them against Sheffield United. They've just got no attacking impetus whatsoever. I think Thorpe there is going to start developing things maybe next season. I think it's a season of transition again for Norwich, but I'm not expecting much, I have to say. Not seeing enough for them. I think even just like small, incremental things like losing Ashley Barnes is a big thing just in terms of experience. Josh Sargent not fully fit. Jurasek isn't able to be registered until February, which is a problem. Their £5.8 million signing from Slavia Prague. And on top of that, you've got Lewis Dobbin, who's just come in, only a young lad. And, they've, as I said, with Sargent, him sort of just returning, you've got to manage his minutes well. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Norwich tonight. I don't think they're hopeful. It's dangerous to be thinking that, Leeds are going to win the game, but I think we will. I think I'm really excited tonight as well to see what Leeds are going to do around, let's be honest, the substitutes, There is a sort of notion, obviously, this evening that Strike was going to be out again. We all know that. We're all very, very aware of that. But is there going to be rotation potentially, as we know, in that sort of front four? Is he going to start with Joseph? You never know what he's going to do, Daniel Farke, with these two front men. Obviously, we know as well as Manos Solomon's going to be out for this one. So for me, it's a straight swap with Ramazani. Once again, if he does that, he's still got the options of Aronson in there and James and Nonto. It's just a plethora of just ridiculous talent at his disposal at Leeds United. So listen, we need to break away, in my opinion. This sounds really obvious and stupid, but Leeds at some stage are going to have to break away from this pack because we're good enough to do so. I think the thing is what we're seeing, I had a bit of a dual screen last night, which my girlfriend didn't appreciate when we were having date night. Of the Sunderland and Sheffield United game, purely legal, of course, but it was interesting because I was watching the Sunderland game. Derby in that second half were actually quite unlucky. In that first half, Sheffield United, they got away with it. They really did. Swansea were playing well. There was an arguable, penalty decision that didn't go their way. And listen, this is the Championship, isn't it? But the quality, the cream always rises. And we're seeing that a little bit more consistently now. I keep saying on here, and generally as well, stunning view, by the way, teams and everybody needs to watch out for this Sunderland team. I love how they play football. They're very fluid. The midfield is athletic. It's dynamic. It's powerful. Chris Rigg, Enzo Lafie, Joe Bellingham in there. Obviously, you've got Dan Neil as well, who's, a really decent defensive midfielder, actually. And I'm sort of looking at it right now and I'm thinking, do you know what? If with all the injuries they've had, 9, 10 bodies out against Sheffield United and winning that game 2-1 with that squad. This isn't a parachute payment-ridden squad, and players are now coming back. Mundo back's going to be huge for them. And if that's going to start happening now, and you've now got that consistent midfield with Enzo Lafie in there, they're a real problem. And I'm telling you, people need to start taking Sunderland very, very seriously. Sheffield United, I've watched Sheffield United, Burnley, and my overall synopsis of those two teams is they're not brilliant. I think Leeds United definitely are a better team when we're at a 5 out of 5, or even a 4 out of 5. I think we're a much better team. Take a little perch here, everyone. Look at this, by the way. Lovely, eh? Literally Alderley Edge. But yeah, I think they're good teams, but I just don't think they're at our level when we're at top drive. And you know, I've seen Leeds at top drive, especially when Ramazani's been playing. I think that's when we've been at our best, and I'm really excited to see him today, and hopefully, look, I'd love to see him in that number 10. We know Aronson's not going to be taken out of that 10, but I'd love to see him in that 10. The amount you see him at the games, and people who obviously go to games will be able to see this because the camera's not just focused, like following the ball. Obviously, I do a lot of watch-alongs, so I don't get to the games as much. But when you're in the stadium, when Ramazan is on the pitch, you actually see how much he occupies that central space. And he's constantly in that central space because he wants the ball and he wants to infiltrate proceedings. And he can only do that by getting close to the ball. And where's the ball majority when you're in a football match? It's in that central space. So, yeah, look, and Daniel Farke builds up vertically. You know, he builds up vertically, that's what we know. So he doesn't build up out wide like Marcelo Bielsa used to do. So I think overall, I'd love to see him in that 10. It's not going to happen. Aronson's going to be there again. I'm hoping Aronson just has a little bit more composure. I think a goal will help him tonight. I thought at the weekend he was bad. I thought he was poor. Leeds could have had so many transitional, phases, if he'd have just been a little bit more on it. I think a lot of people were saying, at the Sheffield Wednesday game, we didn't do much, but the amount of times we were in the position to do something, but we didn't quite do something, in my opinion, because Brendan Aronson's efficiency on the ball wasn't good enough. And that Leeds could have really hurt Sheffield Wednesday in those moments, which didn't really conjure to anything. Okay, but yeah, talking about Burnley and Sheffield United and Sunderland, watching Sunderland last night, they got away with it, but once again, they were kept in it by Patterson. Again, a goalkeeper keeping a side in it. I think, at Sheffield United last night as well, had the luck go their way a little bit with the red card, which was a little bit dubious. It was a high tackle, and I made a video this morning saying it was a red card, but I've looked back on it and I'm not so sure now, to be honest with you. And Wilder did say that, they were terrible in that first half. So the whole thing is here, everybody, it might come across as arrogant. It might come across as, it's another Leeds fan saying this, that and the other. But to you guys, my one Leedsers, we know how good we are. We know how good we are. We just need to hit that level a little bit more consistently. Tonight is a big opportunity for Leeds to really hammer Norwich, get that goal difference up again. The goal difference acts as another point, okay? We've got a superior goal difference to anyone. I think we've got it's a 10 differential right now. It might be lower from last night, but Leeds' goal difference, we've scored 51 goals, which I think some of them will have hit 40 something now after last night. But Leeds will obviously hopefully, if we score a few goals tonight, we'll get further on in the 50s. But there's points of which you look at the comparative of Leeds United to those other sides. We're scoring so many more goals, and this is, guys, according to, some, which is fine, it's football. We've got a 10 crisis, we've got a 9 crisis, and we've just got Ramazani back from injury. The guy was potent and so efficient before that injury. He's come back into the fold now. He's going to act as another attacker. So his efficiency in front of goal is going to massively help Leeds United. But we're in such a good spot right now. But we're coming up to a difficult month. We really are. We have to be honest here. But do you know what, guys? I see it as an opportunity. I said this 2 months ago. Facing Burnley and Sheffield United, for me, it's not a problem. I don't look at it and go, I look at it as an opportunity. I look at it as an opportunity to take points off these other teams, because no other team at this level is doing it enough. You're not getting that many points taken off Sheffield United and Burnley and even the likes of Sunderland by other clubs, especially when it's a 3-point swing. So for me, we look at it as Leeds United fans, and I'm looking at February and going, I'm up for it. I'm well up for it. And I'm thinking, right, let's go there and let's beat them. Let's beat them. And I think we've got a real opportunity to do that on Monday after the Norwich game, but we have to be on a good footing tonight. No mistakes. Keep that Ellen Road run up. What a beautiful day it is, everybody, as well. Fantastic. Look at this. Lovely. But yeah, real opportunity to do something tonight. And it's not going to be anything like crazy, but setting us up for that Burnley game. Burnley have got Plymouth Argyle tonight under the new boss. Plymouth don't look great. They've got about 9 bodies out, I think, for this one. 7 or 9, so I'm not expecting anything. It'd be a miracle, really, if Plymouth were able to do anything. I mean, realistically, right now, it's a shame to say it for Argyle, but they are pretty much a League One side now, and there's a conversation at least that Burnley are a Premier League side right now in terms of quality. So they welcome Hannibal back as well. John Joe Shelby's just come through the door. Will that give them a little bit of a boost potentially? But we've just got to keep doing what we're doing, everybody, because if we keep up what we're doing now, we're going to go up. You know, it's facts. If we're able to match what we've done in the first half of the season, or the first 60% of the season, because that's what it's done now, you know, we win. We'll win the league. So that's the beautiful thing of it now. Leeds have got a real opportunity, and we win tonight, beat Norwich. We go into that Burnley game with confidence. And I still think we're a better team than they are. I just think I've never watched Burnley this season. And even when they picked us to the post, well, we had 20 shots on goal. I know it's not all about shots, but we took the ball away from them for 70% of the game. And then they got a really good transitional counter-attack. Their game plan worked. Ours didn't. But I just think we're set up right now. We're really, really set up for good things at Leeds. So tonight I'm going to change my prediction. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Leeds win. And then roll on Burnley. Let's be excited about February. Let's not be nervy about February. Obviously, we've got a few tough ones in there. Watford, we've got Sheffield United, we've got Burnley, all 3 away from home. And then we've got West Bromwich Albion at home. Cardiff in there as well, which is a must-win with the games that we've got in and around us. Because what we're seeing, guys, is we're not seeing these teams drop points, because obviously these teams are impressive in and around us. But the other teams in the division are just not even showing competition. They're showing a lack of quality. And that could be said for the teams playing up against us as well. You know, it has to be said. But massive opportunity for Leeds United tonight to really, you know, hammer down that goal difference again, which acts as an extra point. Let's get those goals racked up as well if we can. And let's go into Burnley confident and assured that we can get this win. Guys, let me know what your score predictions are in the comment section below. I will see you on the watch along. Head on over to the second channel as well to get your game week reviews. It's been an absolute pleasure. See you in a bit.